Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. And to start this video off, it is now snowing in GTA Online, as you guys can see in the gameplay. Yes, it began snowing a few hours ago at around about 6 AM or so here in the UK, a rather unusual time. In past years, it has always started at midnight, so I'm not really too sure why this time round it was a little different, but nevertheless, it is now snowing in GTA Online, so if you haven't loaded in already, when you do so, it will automatically be snowing. Anyway, but alongside the release of snow today in GTA Online, there's also some new content as well. One of those items being another brand new vehicle. I'm driving it around right now in the gameplay. In fact, it is the main topic for this video. It is named the Benefactor Streeter. It is an SUV, as you can see, but unfortunately, this vehicle is not all that great. And as you can see from the title of this video, I am going to be warning you guys not to buy this. I recommend just avoiding it completely because unfortunately, it is not that great of a vehicle. So getting straight into things then, this new Benefactor Streeter is based upon the Mercedes E-Class 4x4 all-terrain, which in real life, here is a photo right now, looks pretty awesome. But unfortunately, this new Benefactor Streeter isn't quite the same thing and isn't anywhere near as good looking in my opinion as this Mercedes E-Class all-terrain. Now you can buy this from the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website. It will cost you just $500,000, making this one of the cheaper and more affordable vehicles from the Doomsday Heist update. But apart from its low price, which really isn't that low when you think about it, $500,000 is still a lot of money, and that can take you at least an hour or so in game to actually make. And its price only seems reasonable at first because we've been receiving so many expensive new vehicles over the past few months in the last few updates. But if you compare its price to some of the other vehicles we have in-game, from some of the earlier updates and from the base game, there are loads of other vehicles in-game which are much better and worth buying over this one. Personally, it's not the best looking vehicle either. I know there will be people watching right now that will like the appearance of this and will like the fact that it is based upon a Mercedes, but personally I'm not a fan. And we kind of already have a few vehicles similar to this in-game already, so personally I'm viewing this as a filler vehicle, and I'm sure most of you guys will agree, it's something which we don't necessarily need in-game, but Rockstar have added just to fill and bulk up the content. But there are one or two things I will say about this car which I do kind of like. For starters, it is pretty fast. In fact, it may even be one of the fastest SUVs that we have in-game. And second of all, I do like the wide body kit and the wide wheelbase that we have on this as well. There aren't many vehicles in-game which are like this, so I do kind of like that. But unfortunately, not even that was done right. In fact, you can't change or customize the fenders or the extended wheel arches on this. Basically, you can't change the color of them, so you're stuck with that black that's on them. And what's even more annoying, the texture on the paint on these wheel arches just doesn't look right. You can sort of see it in the gameplay, but I'll show you guys a closer look in a few moments. It just looks like the resolution of these wheel arches is very, very low. And then as for actually customizing this car, unfortunately the amount of customization options available for this are very, very disappointing. There are only 2 customization options available for this vehicle, which allow you to change features on the car. All the other customizations are just the standard upgrades, which allow you to upgrade the armor, the brakes, the engine, and so on. The only customization option you really have is the option to change the front bumper. But personally, I'm not really a fan of any of these options. My personal favorite is the stock bumper. The bulkhead bumper would have been pretty cool because it removes the front license plate, as you can see, but unfortunately, it comes with this really weird grey bar at the bottom, which has a different shade of color in the middle. I'm not really too sure what that is, and as a result, that's kind of ruined it for me, so I ended up just going with the street bumper. But if I'm honest, none of these really stand out. Then after upgrading the engine to a level 4, moving on then to the only other unique customization option on this vehicle, that being the hood. The options in this category aren't already that great. None of them really stand out apart from the competition hood, which is the one that I selected, but these aren't really that special or aggressive enough in my opinion to make any of them really worth selecting. Skipping through all the other standard customizations, I then selected a set of off-road wheels and set those to black, trying to match the black on the fenders, and then set both the primary and the secondary paint job to a brushed aluminium from the metal section. I thought that was kind of cool. But like I said, the level of customization available for this vehicle really is very, very disappointing. I was expecting this car to have a lot more when it was first found in the game files of this update, and with the style of this vehicle being a tall and wide SUV, you'd expect some crazy off-road customizations as well. But unfortunately, these things just aren't available for this vehicle. Anyway, but earlier on I mentioned the Streiter seems pretty fast. It may be one of the fastest, if not the fastest SUV we have in-game, but this doesn't really matter because it's not even classified as an SUV in-game. It's actually in the sports category. So even if it is the fastest SUV or off-road vehicle we have in-game, it's not in either of those categories, so can't be used in those races. It's only selectable in sports races, and let's face it, it's not faster than any of the sports car that we have in GTA Online. So to be honest guys, I cannot think of any positives or advantages or reasons why you should even consider buying this vehicle, apart from the fact that it's a new vehicle to the game and it's fairly cheap, if you compare it to some of the newer vehicles we received in the Doomsday Heist update. I guess it's not too bad to drive around in the snow, but then again, any four-wheel drive vehicle is pretty much the same. So if you guys are wondering whether you should buy this new vehicle, the Benefactor Streeter, my recommendation is no, avoid this vehicle, just save your money, as there are much better vehicles available in-game already similar to this for similar, if not less money. For example, the armoured Galavanta Baller or the armoured Benefactor XLS. And those two SUVs are similar in price, they can both survive at least one sticky bomb and have bullet-resistant windows, whilst being just as quick as the new Benefactor Streeter. So there we go. Should you buy the new Benefactor Streeter? The answer is no. Save your money and avoid this vehicle completely. Like I said, there are much better vehicles in-game that you should consider over this one. With that being said though guys, I want to get your thoughts and feelings on this. What do you guys think about the Benefactor Streeter if you bought it already? And if you haven't and you've just watched this video, what do you think about it right now? So go ahead and leave a comment on this video. If you guys could drop a like as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.